So if you are trying to, get at me as a public health official and a scientist, you're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science. And anybody that looks at what's going on clearly sees that. You have to be asleep not to see that.
What an insult. Let's bring in Tucker Carlson, host of Tucker Carlson Tonight. You have to be asleep if you don't understand that criticism of him is criticizing science.
This is the perfect distillation of what we just lived through for the past year and a half. So here, Fauci imagines a couple of things. First of all, he refers to himself in the third person, which is revealing and creepy. It is bizarre. Second, he imagines that sincere questions are the same as criticism. He imagines that questioning science is attacking science. Science is not a book that you check out of the library or look up on Wikipedia. Science is a way of thinking, and it begins with deep skepticism about what we think we know. You commit science when you take nothing for granted, when you ask hard questions. We think this works. How do we know that it works? That's what science is. So here is a guy who represents science who imagines that questions are an attack on science. I mean, he's instantly disqualified himself as a scientist, in addition to revealing that he's got weird Louis XIV tendencies. I am science? No, you're not. You're a federal bureaucrat. Answer the question. Do masks work? Tell us the truth. How do you know they work? Where's the study? That is science, those questions. We commit more science on a talk show on cable news than he does. It's incredible.
You didn't give money to the Wuhan lab to do gain-of-function research.
That is correct.
And you believe they didn't do gain-of-function research because they told you they didn't.
We've seen the results of the studies that they conducted, and they were not
including any private studies.
Excuse me? Including?
Any private studies.
I'm not sure what you're getting at, sir.
Here's what I'm getting at. You gave them money and you said, don't do gain-of-function research.
Correct.
And they said, we won't.
Correct.
And you have no way of knowing whether they did or not, except you trust them. Is that right?
Well, we generally always trust the grantee to do what they say, and you look at the results.
Have you ever had a grantee lie to you?
I cannot guarantee that a grantee has not lied to us, because you never know. So,
how do you know they didn't do the research and not put it on their website?
there's no way of guaranteeing that, but in our experience with grantees, including Chinese grantees, which we've had interactions with for a very long period of time, they're very competent, trustworthy scientists. I'm not talking about anything else in China. I'm talking about the scientists, that you would expect that they would abide by the conditions of the grant, which they've done for the years that we've had interactions.
How do you know they didn't lie to you and use the money for gain-of-function research anyway?
Well, we've seen the results of the experiments that were done and that were published, and that the viruses that they studied are on public databases now. So none of that was gain of function. So,
why are we giving them money in the first place?
well, that's a very good question to a human.
So you don't think the Chinese would lie to you?
Well, when you say the Chinese are a rather broad group. I know the scientists that we've dealt with have been trustworthy.
Mm-hmm. You think all the scientists have told the truth in terms of the origin of the Wuhan virus and not been influenced by the Communist Party of China, do you?
I don't have enough insight into the Communist Party in China to know the interactions between them and the scientists, sir.
Yes, and excuse me, Doc, for interrupting you, but our time is so
limited. No, I'm going to be real quick.
Our time is so limited. Why are we giving money to the labs in China to study virology?